All right, everybody, welcome back to the Film Corner for part 4 of Frank's Criterion pickups for the November Criterion sale. We will get started now because this one's a little bit long as well. So the first one is called Portrait of a Lady on Fire. This is spine number 1034. And it came out in 2019. This is by a director named Celine Sciamma. If I messed that up, I'm sorry. It's French. French is not my native language, but I did watch this, and this is beautiful. Like, the colors in it are so rich and vibrant, and the story is so good. Like, it goes by so fast. It's 2 hours long, but it didn't feel like it at all. I highly recommend this. I loved it so much. Plus the artwork is really pretty in the box and everything. Unfortunately, it's not streaming anywhere that I can find, but Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Now to something a little bit heavier. Really a lot heavier. This is hard to watch. I have not seen this, but I do know a little about it. This is called Come and See. This is spine number 1035 in the collection. This is by a Russian director named Elim Klimov. And basically what this is a telling of like real war. All of the psychological trauma and just impossible to forget things that happen in war, like the traumas of war. This is something that I'm interested in getting into because I am interested in World War II. Just as an aside, I'm a big history buff, so especially around World War II. This is streaming on the Criterion channel, Apple TV, and Amazon Prime as well. So the next one I picked up is called Secrets and Lies by a director named Mike Lee. This was for my wife. This is spine number 1070. I have never seen this one, but I understand most of Mike Lee's movies to be very humanitarian and deal with causes that are often overlooked. Now, this does happen to star one of my favorite actresses of all time, and that's Brenda Blytheland. And everybody's like, well, who is Brenda Blytheland? So Brenda Blytheland, how I came to know about her and why I love her so much is she was in a movie with Brad Pitt called A River Runs Through It. A River Runs Through It is based off of a book called A River Runs Through It and Other Stories by Norman Maclean. And Norman Maclean was born in Missoula, Montana, and he became a professor at the University of Chicago, and he only wrote one book in his whole life, and it was A River Runs Through It and Other Stories. Well, at least that's the one that was picked up, and made into a movie. A long time ago, when Criterion, if you ever watch this, please listen to me. A long time ago, when Criterion had Laserdisc, the rumor on the street was they were going to release A River Runs Through It. And unfortunately, that got canceled. And of course, since then, Norman Maclean has passed away. I would die if I could get A River Runs Through It on Criterion, especially in 4K or Blu-ray or whatever. But that's how I know about Brenda Blytheland and why I love her so. She played the mother to Paul and Norman Maclean in A River Runs Through It. So I'm excited to see Secrets and Lies because I really like her, and I hope y'all do too. So moving on to the next one, this is called Afterlife. This is spine number 1089 in the collection. This is by Hirokazu Koreeda. If I messed that up, I'm sorry. Again, this is a Japanese director. I've never seen his work, but I'm hoping that this will be good. I've heard a few things about it. A lot of these I go into blindly. This is one of them. This is streaming on the Criterion channel, Apple TV, and Amazon Prime as well. Now, the next one I'm super excited about, okay? So I have to explain to you because this has a backstory to it. John Woo, the famous Hong Kong director, has this movie called The Last Hurrah for Chivalry in the Criterion collection. I picked this one up because he only has 2 other movies in the Criterion collection. One is called Hard Boiled, and the other one is called The Killer. Those were both early spine numbers in the Criterion collection. So if y'all remember when I told y'all that the Criterion collection is crossing over spine 1300, those were, I believe, spines number 8 and number 9 in the collection. So they were in the first 10, and they've been out of print for 25 years. Well, they've been out of print in the Criterion collection for 25 years. However, a companion company or another boutique label picked them up, and it's called Shout Factory, and they're part of the Hong Kong Cinema Classics collection. I happen to have both of those, and they're in 4K, and they're amazing. But the point I'm trying to make is those were what made John Woo famous, was his bullet time type, really violent gunplay movies, like Hard Boiled and The Killer. It also brought Chow Yun-fat to international stardom. And I believe even Jet Li to a certain degree. But this doesn't have any of that. This is a true samurai movie. So I'm of the belief structure that if it weren't for John Woo, we probably wouldn't have movies like The Matrix. Or even movies like John Wick, just things that are, revenge type movies. So I'm really excited to get to this one because of that, just to finish out his trinity of movies in the Criterion collection. So then the next one is called Lone Star. This is spine number 1202 in the collection. Again, we've talked about this one before. This is John Sayles. And this is the one where they found the dead body in the ditch on the side of the road, and they needed to figure out what was going on. And this kind of intertwined with a legend in the community there, that the Texas Rangers were trying to figure out, like, who killed this individual. This is a great movie. Unfortunately, I don't see where it's streaming anywhere right now, but please take a look at this if y'all ever get a chance to. All right, so the next one is called All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. This is one that was for my wife as well. This is by Laura Poitras. I think I got that right. And this came out in 2022. This is spine number 1210. So this is kind of, I think, a documentary as well about the LGBTQ plus community in New York and all the activism that was going on around the AIDS epidemic and everything like that. So this will be an interesting foray into that culture. So I really like documentaries, so that's why I picked this up. Plus, my wife wanted it. So the next one is called Anatomy of a Fall. this one is by Justine Treat. And everyone that I've ever heard of talk about this movie says that this is great. I have yet to see it. This came out in 2023. This is Spine number 1218. I don't see where it's streaming anymore, but again, I'll review this whenever in the future when we get to it. And then the next one was a guilty pleasure that I picked up for myself. Excuse me. It's called The Grifters, and this is by Stephen Frears. This came out in the early 90s, in 1990, actually. This is not streaming anywhere either because this just came out, but this is by it's directed by Stephen Frears, but it's a Martin Scorsese production. And you will find out the longer that you listen to my channel and watch that I love Martin Scorsese. Who doesn't? He's incredible. So I got this because I like John Cusack, Annette Bening, and Angelica Houston. This is about a bunch of like grifters, basically. So like they go around and they con people out of money. So it's pretty interesting, the goings on that happen here. So I can't wait to be able to review this with y'all. And then the last two that I have for the November sale are this. This is called About Dry Grasses. Now, I'm going to butcher this name. I know I will, so I'm sorry. Again, you know, English is my primary language, so if I mess this up, I don't mean to, but it looks like it's Nuri Bilge Ceylan is the director of this. And this is a Turkish film. So the reason that I got this is I heard a lot about this movie, and it's going to be my first foray into Turkish cinema. And I figured that if I like Iranian cinema, I'd probably like Turkish cinema too. I'm really interested in things from around the world. So like, you know, like I said, every background and every culture is welcome. So I can't wait to watch this. I've heard good things about it. I've heard that the cinematography is amazing. This is streaming on the Criterion channel on Apple TV and Amazon Prime as well. And then finally, the last one. This got an award at the Toronto International Film Festival. This is called The Beast. This is along with About Dry Grasses, The Beast is not numbered either. This is part of what's called the Janus Contemporaries line. And basically what that is it's a subset of Criterion, but it's cheaper. So like instead of it being like $40 at full retail, these would retail for $30. And then so you catch them at like $15 when they're 50% off. So that's why like I got these, because they're really good films that kind of fly under the radar. And you know, it's good when you can catch them on sale. So this one is streaming on the Criterion channel on Apple TV and Prime Video. This came out in 2023, and again, it doesn't have a spine number because it's part of Janus Contemporaries. And you'll see like on the side, well, actually, I don't know if I can really show you, but it says right here, Janus Contemporaries across this bottom of the spine here, instead of it having like a normal spine number. So that rounds out the collection pickups for the November sale. For Frank and the Film Corner. I hope that y'all have enjoyed watching this little 4-part series, and I hope that y'all continue to watch, to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And again, I look forward to reviewing a lot of these for y'all, and y'all are what keep me doing it. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.